A jury is expected to start deliberations in the next few hours in the trial of a man charged with deliberately driving into a van and causing a crash that killed a teenage girl. 32-year-old Kelvin Roy could receive up to a life sentence if a jury in Orange County convicts him of murder. His trial started Monday at the Orange County Courthouse. He's charged with murder in the death of 16-year-old Alexandria Bertrand, known as Lexi to her family and friends. She was a student at Vidor High School. The teen died following a collision February 7th on Highway 90 in Vidor. Investigators say Kelvin Roy crashed into a van driven by the teen's mother. Bertrand died at a hospital the day after the crash. Prosecutors say Roy deliberately drove into the van while high on drugs. His girlfriend was in the car with him when he left Beaumont and got onto the interstate. She says he never tried to stop. Roy's attorney says his client did not intend to crash into the van. KFDM's Haley Bull is covering the trial. She joins us live at the Orange County Courthouse with some of the key testimony this morning when Kelvin Roy testified in his own defense. Haley?
Nicole, testimony wrapped up about an hour ago. Right now, the jurors are on a lunch break before closing arguments start. This morning, we heard from the forensic pathologist that completed Bertrand's autopsy and from Roy himself. It was a tense and emotional moment while prosecutors showed jurors Bertrand's autopsy photos, and the pathologist described her extensive head injuries, including skull fractures and bleeding. The defense called Kelvin Roy to the stand. He denied his girlfriend's claims that they were going to get food and that he became enraged and said he was going to kill both of them. Roy claims they were going to a home to pay a man back for fixing the brakes on his girlfriend's car, and that he doesn't recall an argument. He also said he doesn't recall the accident and attributed that to drug use. Roy admitted drinking, smoking marijuana, and a dipped cigarette in the car while driving. He said he told jurors he felt dizzy, told his girlfriend to grab the wheel, and lost consciousness. Roy said, quote, "I looked in the sky and that's the last thing I remember. She needed to grab the steering wheel, trying to pull over to let her drive." He said the last thing he remembered was waking up in jail. Roy says, quote, "I believe it was the effects from the PCP. He adds that he never intended to hurt or injure anyone. Asked how he felt about the wreck, Roy says, quote, "I feel terrible right now. I feel a lot of remorse in my heart, and I pray for the family of the daughter, and I just wish they forgive me for my accidents." Prosecutors then went through Roy's lengthy criminal history, including a 2012 protective order against his girlfriend and multiple possession convictions. They questioned Roy over why he smoked PCP that night. Roy told them, quote, "I don't know. I guess I was having fun." He goes on to repeat how he didn't remember the accident, while prosecutors questioned his alibi. Now the jurors are expected to be back in court in about an hour when closing arguments are expected to start. Follow us online and on air for updates. Live in Orange, Haley Bull, KFDM 6 News.